For the longest while now, I've wanted to swap out my main device. I wanted to swap from using 17 Pro Max over to the iPhone Air, but I kept binning it off. I kept kicking the tin down the road. The problem was, it's not just like setting up a new phone. They're both on different networks. I need both the numbers. And to me, it just seemed like it was strewn with issues and stress and anxiety and problems. So I kept putting it off until it got to the point that I know that I needed to make that change. And I'll tell you what that point was in a little while's time. Now, last September, I bought both the 17 Pro Max and the Air. And out of habit, I just set the 17 Pro Max up as my main device. Why? Well, it's the Pro device. I'm a Pro. I should be using a Pro, but it's just habit. I'm not the same person now that I was back then. My needs and requirements have changed, and that's been the driver for me wanting to make this swap. For the last year, the 17 Pro Max has done me well, but the iPhone Air was just sitting at the back of my desk or my camera bag as a spare device, and yet it's the only phone that I've ever picked up that's truly inspired me. It's gorgeous. I can't get enough of it. Every time I touch it, I want more of it. It is just the most beautiful device. It's not just the weight or the fact that it weighs next to nothing. It's those beveled, polished silver titanium edges, the screen that's almost edge to edge, the fact that it's a screen that you can use virtually all of it. It's the perfect size. It's so tactile. The camera plateau means there's no wobble on the desk with the camera bump. Everything about it I like. For me, it's about as near to being perfect as you can possibly get. And yet it still languished, being my second phone. And I tell you why I decided to make the switch. It was the British summertime. Now, in the UK at the moment, I think much like the rest of Europe and other countries around the world, our summer is ever so slightly toasty. It's really warm, which means I'm living in shorts, and I will be for the foreseeable future. I was in town shooting the other day, and the 17 Pro Max in my shorts pockets, and I could just feel it waving around, flapping about, being heavy. It was quite literally weighing me down. It was almost tugging at my shorts, and it was that point that I just knew that I needed to make this change. I needed to make a change and get the iPhone Air as my daily driver. And so it was that one Sunday afternoon, I decided, right, I'm going to make the switch. Now, you could be saying, why don't I use the dual eSIM on the iPhone Air? I thought about that, but there's one simple reason that kept me from doing that, and that's because I'll be down to using just one battery. I still have two providers, sure, but I have one battery. This way, when I'm up in town, I'll have two phones, two different providers, two batteries, so battery anxiety is virtually a thing of the past for me. That's why I wanted to make the switch to having just one SIM in each phone. So on that Sunday afternoon, what I did was I put both phones on charge and I did an iCloud backup from both phones, which is critically important. Then I went about wiping, erasing and deleting the iPhone Air. That was my first thing because I needed to get the main number from the Pro Max over to the Air. When you wipe a phone with an eSIM in, you get to the point of erasing it. It says, do you want to delete the number as well? Clearly, I did. Now, at that point, I wasn't altogether sure how I was going to get the Vodafone number back onto the 17 Pro Max. I'd put the My Vodafone app on the Pro Max, thinking that was the way forward in readiness for it. But it turns out I didn't need to do that. Vodafone were one step ahead, but we'll get to that in just a moment. So now the iPhone Air was wiped. That was then simply a process of scanning that little cloud animation you get on your old device, and it was done. That was happening. I know now that my main number was on that device. I tried phoning it. It was there. That was safe. Strike one was done. Now, the initial move over, the initial porting over was fairly quick, 20 to 25 minutes. But to be honest, it probably took 4 to 5 hours for all of the apps to install and update. But as I said, I set aside an afternoon for it. This was all I wanted to get done. So I know that my main number was now on the iPhone Air, and that was setting itself up. Now I had to get the Vodafone number onto the 17 Pro Max. Because I hadn't wiped the 17 Pro Max, I want that to be a mirror copy of the Air, because I've got things like notes, reminders, FaceTime, iMessage, Ulysses, banking, all of that I can still use on the 17 Pro Max. So when I'm in town, as I say, I've got two phones. I know that I've got complete redundancy, and that's what I wanted to get to. But I needed to get the Vodafone number onto my 17 Pro Max. Now, I'd put the My Vodafone app on there, thinking I could just log into it. But Vodafone, as I mentioned, were one step ahead of me. What I hadn't realized, when I wiped the iPhone Air, they'd sent me an email with a QR code on. And all I had to simply do with the 17 Pro Max was scan that QR code off the Mac, and that was it. The job was complete. Now, as I say, probably to get both phones set up and running did take 5 to 6 hours. My network at home isn't particularly quick, and that caused me a problem. Now, if you're a sensible person, you probably don't switch phones very regularly, 3, 4, 5 years. So you may have forgotten the process. But when you set a new iPhone up, you get two options. You can either set up from an old device, or you can set up from an iCloud backup. I was at home. I had nothing else I was going to do that day. So I decided, right, I'll set up from the old device. On the face of it, it seemed a good idea, but it got to about 20, 25 minutes in. And I think it was because my Wi-Fi is not good enough, because I believe I'm right in saying when you do that process, the two phones set up a temporary Wi-Fi network and it just crashed. There was too much data going on. So I started over, this time using the iCloud backup that I'd made, and it was perfect. So my suggestion to you, and yes, you've got full fiber, gig up, gig down, probably restore from an iCloud backup. But at least now I know that the two phones were finally in the position that I want them to be in. Now, all of this to say that I don't have an issue at all with the 17 Pro Max. That was not the reason that I decided to move away from this phone. It had been the phone that I'd used the most, traveled with me the most, and had taught me the most. I've got that 17 Pro Max to thank for the fact that I'm now a published photographer. I'll leave some links in the description where you can see those publications. The camera setup on the 17 Pro Max was so good that I got really into the weeds with it. I started watching endless videos on videography and photography. I really pushed it to its limits. I put the Blackmagic app on there, and because I had the Blackmagic app on there, I learned about shutter angles, shutter priority mode, shutter speeds, you name it. That taught me so much, that Blackmagic app. It was getting me ready for moving on further because I wanted more. I wanted to give you more. And then with photography, the camera on there is great. I've got a load of lenses for the 17 Pro Max. I've got a 110-degree super wide angle, a couple of telephotos, and I've even got an anamorphic lens that I've never used. It made me fall in love with photography as well, to the point now where I'm in London every week shooting urban photography, as you can see. And that's all because that the camera on the 17 Pro Max was so good. Ironically, it was actually too good for its own cause. Because the camera on that 17 Pro Max was so good, I went and bought this, my first new camera, a Canon R50V, and I couldn't be happier. Now, whenever I go out, it's a joke with the family, the Canon is attached to my right arm wherever I go, because it's light and transportable, it's small, with the kit lens on that is, I can take it everywhere. So all of the photos I take, all of the video I take is all shot on the Canon R50V, which means that the 17 Pro Max is now redundant. I don't need that heavy glass in my pocket all day long. Don't forget, all that weight is at one end. That's what makes it even more untenable. It's all bottom or top heavy. It's all at one end. But now I've got a spare camera with me. So let's say I'm in really low light and I haven't got a great number of lenses at the moment. Because of the computational work, the 17 Pro Max is still better in low light. And if I want to take a look-up shot with a super wide angle lens, I've got that 110-degree super wide angle. So I still use the camera on the 17 Pro Max, but now it's where it should be, in my camera bag, not on me. When I'm walking around day to day, I only need one phone. I only need the iPhone Air. And the camera on the iPhone Air, it's perfectly good enough to take shots with. Most of the time, the only time I use the camera on there is, say, to remind me where I'm parked or to take a picture of an address or something like that. I hardly ever take a picture on it. I know I could take some serious pictures with it. I've seen some great results on the iPhone Air, but I'm trying to learn the art of photography, and that's all because the 17 Pro Max was so good. So that's what I said at the beginning of the video. I'm not the same person now that I was last September. I've moved on, I've morphed, I've changed, I've evolved. And the iPhone 17 Pro Max no longer suits my needs, whereas the iPhone Air does. It is gorgeous. If you haven't held one of these, go and give yourself a treat. Just pick it up and feel it, and you'll see exactly why I've fallen in love with it. If you're going to go through the same process as me, trying to swap numbers from two different providers on two different phones, the only thing I would suggest is certainly make that iCloud backup. Also, set yourself out plenty of time and be patient. Be super, super patient. If you're patient and give yourself the time, I promise you, it's not the headache that it would first appear to be. And I'm so glad that I've made that switch, that I've finally made that switch. I love the iPhone Air so much, I'm going to leave you another video to watch about it now. And if you've enjoyed this video and the content I make, subscribing really does help this channel to grow.